guys doing tonight? Everybody okay? You guys don't sound like it. Not at all. You guys are like, what's this guy going to say next? All right. Gotta love the Suns. Took the thunder over there, right? All right. 2 more games, right? All right. So I was backstage and they were telling me, hey, do me a favor and just stay away from racial, political, and gender jokes. All right, you guys have a good night. Yeah, so anyway, my girlfriend and I, we were trying to spice up our sex life. So we decided we were going to play Russian roulette before. I know. It was kind of funny too. Anyway, it was the best sex I ever had, even though she lost. So things didn't really work out with my girlfriend, so I decided I was going to take my wife out to dinner. Yeah, and so let me give you a little background on this. I'm 55 years old. My wife is 19. Yeah, it's rough. So we decided we were going to go out to dinner, and we go sit down, and there's this guy behind me and goes, "Look at that fucking pedophile." Really? So my wife and I are just trying to have a really nice 10-year anniversary dinner. I know you really like that one. I like it too. So anyway, about a week later, I broke up with my cousin. I found out she'd been prostituting. I thought I was the only one paying her for sex. Didn't really work out. So I recently got my certificate to be a peer counselor. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's a counselor. I know. You guys are all like, this guy's going to really fuck somebody up. Probably. So now I get to work with addicts. Now, I'm a recovering addict myself, and that's kind of how it works. So only in America can a junkie talk to another junkie about being off of drugs. But you know what? I'm going to be really good at this, I can tell you. Because I can tell these guys where to get the best drugs and how to shoot up properly. I know, that didn't sound very good, did it? All right, so when I was young, I used to play hide and seek with my uncle. And I know it's coming. So, we called it Naked and Afraid. I was naked and he was afraid. So a little bit later, my uncle said, this really isn't probably the right thing to do. I'm like, man, I want to keep doing this. He says, I'm out. So my priest stepped right in. He had no problem. He was like, I got you, bro. Another thing that really kind of sucks is teachers just can't have sex with their students anymore. Totally hate it. Back in my day, I would actually take classes just so I could try to bang the teacher. Mr. Smith was my favorite. You know what? Another thing that really sucks is sex getting old. It really does. You start getting gray hairs in places that you don't want. She was really good. So I went to this bar, and there was a guy up at the bar, and he was sitting there with this girl. He had to be in his 80s, and she was in her 20s, I can guarantee it. And they were making out. They were all over each other. I was like, God, I just got turned down by a 72-year-old yesterday. What's going on over here? So she gets up and goes to the restroom. I walk over. I said, hey, dude, man, what's your secret? He says, we communicate very effectively. I listen to everything that she says. And they give her $1,500. I'll tell you what, I never will forget the first time I saw my dad naked. I'm sure you guys felt the same way. I told him to quit sending me this shit about a week ago. All right, you guys, that's all the time I have.